Welcome back to Coins Tool. Today we are diving into the world of rare and valuable coins and focusing on one of the most exciting denominations in United States history, the $1 coin. Over the years these coins have been produced in different designs, different metals and different mintages, but only a handful of them have reached legendary status, commanding prices worth millions of dollars in the collector's market. In this video we are going to uncover the top 6 most valuable $1 coins ever known and reveal their current market value that will absolutely surprise you. Today we are going to explore a truly legendary piece of numismatic treasure, the $1 coins minted between the years 1861 and 1865. These coins were produced during one of the most important and turbulent times in United States history, the era of the Civil War. Because of their historical significance, rarity, and condition, some of these coins have reached staggering values, with one example even being worth as much as $9 million in the current market. The story of the $1 coin during this period begins with the outbreak of the Civil War in 1861. The nation was divided and precious metals were being hoarded by both citizens and governments. Gold and silver coins, including the $1 denomination, became incredibly scarce in everyday circulation. Most people did not want to part with their gold or silver coins because the uncertain future of the country made them more valuable than paper money. This scarcity is one of the reasons why coins from 1861 to 1865 are so rare today. The $1 coins of this era were made primarily in gold and silver. The Liberty Head gold dollar and the seated Liberty silver dollar were both struck during this time, and each carries its own unique story. The gold dollars were small in size but represented a significant amount of money during the 1860s, while the silver-seated Liberty dollar was larger and more symbolic of the nation's wealth and stability. Coins minted at different branches of the United States Mint, such as Philadelphia, San Francisco, and New Orleans, often had very low mintage numbers during the Civil War years. This adds to their rarity and collectability today. Collectors prize these coins not only for their intrinsic gold and silver value but also for the historical connection to the Civil War. Each coin minted between 1861 and 1865 represents a snapshot of American resilience during a time of division and struggle. Coins that have survived in mint state condition, with sharp details and beautiful luster, are among the most desired in the numismatic world. Over the years, some remarkable sales have taken place. A pristine example of a Civil War-era dollar has sold at auction for millions of dollars. The rarity of certain mint marks, especially from southern mints like New Orleans, combined with the historical significance of the coin, can push its value to unimaginable heights. The current record for one of these coins is an incredible $9 million. That's right, a single $1 coin from the Civil War era, preserved in remarkable condition, has been valued at $9 million in today's market. When evaluating the worth of these coins, collectors look for several factors. Condition is the most important. Coins graded by professional services as mint state or proof are the ones that reach the highest values. Next is rarity. Some years had extremely low mintage numbers because of the Civil War, making certain dates almost impossible to find. Finally, provenance, or the history of the coin's ownership, can also add to its value. Coins that have come from famous collections or historic hoards are even more attractive to buyers. That if you happen to own or come across a $1 coin from 1861 to 1865, it is worth getting it carefully examined by a professional. Even a worn example can be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars, while a rare mint state coin could change your life. With collectors around the world willing to pay record prices, these Civil War-era dollars remain among the most sought-after treasures in the entire history of American coinage. We are diving deep into one of the most fascinating chapters in United States coinage history, the early 1800 silver dollar coins, specifically the rare 1817 and 1825 $1 coins. These coins are not only incredible pieces of American history but also treasures that today are worth millions of dollars at auction, some even reaching a jaw-dropping current market value of $8 million. To really appreciate the 1817 and 1825 silver dollars, you have to understand the historical background. At the time the United States Mint was still young, coinage was limited and silver supplies were not always easy to obtain. The early silver dollars were struck in small numbers, and because of circulation and melting very few have survived today, making each surviving piece an extraordinary rarity. The 1817 silver dollar is considered one of the most mysterious coins in American history because officially no silver dollars were struck that year, yet over time collectors and researchers have discovered examples believed to be struck as patterns or restrikes, possibly for presentation purposes. This adds to the intrigue and mystique of the coin. Owning one of these is like owning a piece of forbidden history, something that was never supposed to exist, which makes it priceless to collectors. Now let us talk about the 1825 silver dollar. This one is even more legendary. The mint records show no silver dollars officially produced for circulation that year, yet several examples exist and are classified as patterns. These coins are so rare that when they appear at auction, collectors from all over the world battle to add them to their collections. Because of their status as forbidden treasures of the United States Mint, they are considered some of the most valuable American coins of all time. Imagine holding a coin that was struck 200 years ago during the era of President James Monroe, a coin that was never meant for public hands but somehow survived wars, economic collapses, and generations of private collections until now. The rarity combined with historical importance and collector demand makes the 1817 and 1825 silver dollars worth staggering amounts of money. In fact, one of these rare early silver dollars has been valued at an astounding $8 million in the current market, and that is not surprising when you consider that only a handful are known to exist across the entire world. Their rarity places them in the same league as the famous 1804 silver dollar, known as the king of American coins. Collectors love these coins not just for their rarity but also for their beauty. The design features Lady Liberty in the classic capped bust style on the obverse with an eagle on the reverse, symbols of freedom and strength from the early days of the Republic. Every detail tells a story of America's young and growing nation, and when you add in the fact that these coins were never officially released for circulation, it makes them almost mythical. So why are these coins valued so high today? The answer is simple: rarity, history, condition, and demand. There might be fewer than a handful of authentic 1817 and 1825 $1 coins in private hands, so when one comes to auction it sparks bidding wars between the wealthiest collectors and institutions around the world. The result is a coin that can easily command millions and in some cases reach that unbelievable $8 million mark. If you ever come across an old silver dollar from the early 1800s, take a close look. You might just be holding one of the rarest treasures in numismatic history. Always remember to check for authenticity by consulting an expert or having the coin graded, because with coins like the 1817 and 1825 silver dollars, even the smallest detail can mean the difference between an ordinary coin and a multimillion-dollar fortune. We are talking about two of the most remarkable coins in American history, the 1865 and the 1869 $1 coins. These coins are not just money, they are artifacts of a nation rebuilding itself, coins that hold stories of war, peace, and progress. And believe it or not, some examples of these coins have reached a current market value of $7 million. Let's start with the 1865 $1 coin. The year 1865 marked the end of the Civil War and the assassination of President Abraham Lincoln. The country was in mourning but also looking forward to unity and reconstruction. The silver $1 coin from this year, known as the seated Liberty Dollar, features Lady Liberty seated gracefully on one side holding a shield and a liberty cap on a pole. On the reverse, the eagle proudly holds arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing both strength and peace. Only a limited number of these coins were struck, and surviving high-quality examples are incredibly rare. Collectors prize them not only for their silver content but for their direct connection to one of the most emotional and defining years in American history. Depending on condition, an 1865 $1 coin can be worth thousands, and in exceptional cases, some have been valued in the millions. Now let's move to the 1869 $1 coin. By this time, the Civil War had been over for a few years, and the United States was deep into the Reconstruction era. Railroads were expanding, industry was growing, and America was entering a new age. The 1869 $1 coin also comes from the seated Liberty series. Again, it shows Liberty seated with her shield, representing freedom and protection. These coins were not produced in huge numbers and very few survive in pristine condition. Because of their rarity, historical significance, and collector demand, the $1,869 has also become a sought-after treasure in the numismatic world. While many of these coins in worn condition might be valued at a few hundred or a few $1,000s, the finest known examples, preserved almost perfectly, have shocked the auction world by fetching prices climbing into the multi-million range. So why are these coins worth up to $7 million in the current market? The answer lies in rarity, demand, and condition. Coins like the 1865 and 1869 $1 pieces exist in extremely small numbers, especially in mint state condition. When one of these coins appears at auction, wealthy collectors and investors compete aggressively to own a piece of history. Add in the emotional and cultural importance of these years in American history, and you get coins that are much more than money. They are symbols of freedom, survival, and progress. Imagine holding a coin that was minted while Abraham Lincoln was president or during the first years after the Civil War. The value is not only in silver but in the story it tells. That's why collectors are willing to pay such extraordinary prices. Today, the rarest and highest graded examples of the 1865 and 1869 $1 coins are estimated to be worth as much as $7 million. If you come across one of these coins, even in circulated condition, you might be holding a small fortune. Always check carefully, because coins like these could be hiding in old collections, inherited boxes, or estate sales. Their history, beauty, and rarity make them some of the most fascinating coins ever produced by the United States Mint. We are going to talk about one of the most fascinating pieces in American coin history, the 1881 dollar coin. This coin is not just a piece of currency, it is a treasure that tells a story of history, craftsmanship, and rarity. Collectors all around the world search for these coins because of their beauty, their unique designs, and most importantly their value, which today can reach up to an unbelievable $5 million in the current market. The 1881 dollar coin belongs to the Morgan Silver Dollar series, one of the most iconic series in United States coinage. Designed by George T. Morgan, the obverse features the elegant profile of Lady Liberty with flowing hair, wearing a Phrygian cap with the word Liberty engraved on the band. The reverse displays the mighty American eagle with outstretched wings, holding arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing both strength and peace. The detail and artistry of this coin make it one of the most admired designs ever struck by the U.S. Mint. Now, what makes the 1881 dollar coin so special? It comes down to rarity, condition, mint marks, and historical significance. In 1880, several mints struck the Morgan dollar, including Philadelphia, New Orleans, San Francisco, and Carson City. Each mint mark tells a different story, and some varieties are far rarer than others. Coins minted in Carson City, for example, are always highly prized because of their lower mintage numbers. Collectors know that a Carson City coin in pristine condition is like striking gold. When we talk about value, ordinary circulated 1880 Morgan dollars can range from a few $100s to a few thousand depending on grade and mint mark. But the true gems are the uncirculated mint state coins and the proof-like strikes that show deep mirror finishes. These are the coins that bring record-breaking prices at major auctions. Some $1,880 are known with extremely low surviving populations, which means demand far outweighs supply. This is what drives the value into the millions. There are also very rare error coins from 1880, including overdates such as the famous 1880/79 variety. These errors occurred when old dies were repunched with new dates, creating fascinating details for collectors. These varieties are highly sought after and can be worth a fortune. Imagine holding an 1881 dollar coin that has survived over 140 years in nearly perfect condition. No scratches, no heavy wear, just the beautiful shine of original mint luster. Such coins are graded by professional services, and when they achieve top grades like MS-68 or higher, the value skyrockets. One such coin has reached the astonishing market value of $5 million, making it one of the most valuable Morgan dollars ever known. Collectors see coins like this as more than just money. They are pieces of American history, symbols of a time when silver mined from Nevada and other states fueled the nation's coinage. Every coin has a story, and the $1,880 is a story of rarity, craftsmanship, and lasting value. So if you ever come across an old silver dollar from 1880, check it carefully. Look for the mint mark, examine the condition, and consider having it graded. You might just be holding a fortune in your hands. The $1881 coin is proof that treasures still exist in the world of numismatics. From a few $100s all the way to an unbelievable $5 million, this coin is a legend in American coin history and a dream for any collector. Market. In this video we will take a deep dive into one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the 1881 $1 coin. This coin is not just a piece of silver, it is a piece of history that tells a story of craftsmanship, rarity, and collector demand. Some examples of this coin have been known to reach values that seem unbelievable, with the highest graded and rarest varieties fetching prices up to $6 million in today's market. So let's explore why this coin is so valuable, what makes it so special, and how you can identify if you have one of these treasures in your collection. The 1881 $1 coin is part of the Morgan Silver Dollar series, one of the most iconic and beloved coins in United States history. Designed by George T. Morgan, this series ran from 1878 to 1921 and has become a favorite among collectors. The obverse of the coin features Lady Liberty wearing a cap adorned with wheat and cotton, symbolizing the agricultural strength of the nation. The reverse displays a majestic eagle with outstretched wings holding arrows and an olive branch, representing strength and peace. These designs are not only beautiful but also stand as a symbol of America's growth during the late 19th century. Now let's talk about why the $1881 coin is so valuable. While millions of Morgan dollars were minted overall, not all years and mints were equal in production. Some mints like Carson City produced fewer coins, making those examples extremely rare today. The 1881 Morgan dollar can be found with mint marks from Philadelphia, San Francisco, New Orleans, and Carson City. Out of these, the Carson City mint coins are especially prized by collectors because of their low mintage and strong demand. An uncirculated 1881 cc Morgan silver dollar in pristine condition can be worth a fortune, but rarity alone is not the only factor that drives the value. Condition is everything in the world of coin collecting. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 representing a perfect coin with no flaws under magnification. An $1881 coin in average circulated condition might only be worth between $50 and a few $100s. But when you step into high grades, especially mint state 65, 66, or even the nearly impossible mint state 67 or higher, the values explode. It is these ultra-high grade examples, sometimes with proof-like or deep mirror proof-like surfaces, that attract the most intense bidding wars at major coin auctions. One of the most famous sales in history was an 1881 Morgan dollar that sold for an astonishing $6 million. This coin was in superb gem condition, with extraordinary luster, strike, and preservation. Collectors recognized it as a once-in-a-lifetime example and the price reflected its incredible quality and rarity. This record sale proves that coins we might think of as common pocket change from the past can actually be worth life-changing amounts of money today. So what should you look for if you come across an $1881 coin? First, check the mint mark, which can be found on the reverse of the coin just below the wreath. If you see CC for Carson City, you are already holding something very valuable. Next, look at the condition of the coin. Does it have sharp details, full luster, and minimal wear? If it looks like it was just minted yesterday, it could be worth thousands or even millions depending on the grade. Coins with proof-like surfaces, where the background fields reflect like a mirror, are especially prized and can bring in much higher values, another factor to watch for our error coins. Sometimes during minting, mistakes were made such as double strikes, off-center strikes, or planchet errors. These error coins are extremely collectible and can multiply the value of your coin many times over. An 1881 era Morgan dollar in high grade could easily bring a price tag far above what a regular strike coin would. Now let's talk about the current market. Rare coins, especially silver dollars, have been gaining popularity year after year. Collectors around the world are competing for the best examples, and that has driven prices to record highs. As of today, a top-quality 1881 Morgan silver dollar in gem mint state has a current market value of $6 million. Even lower-grade examples are selling strong, making this a great coin to add to your collection if you are lucky enough to find one. The 1881 $1 coin stands as a symbol of America's coinage history, blending artistry, rarity, and value into one remarkable piece. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just starting out, knowing about coins like this can open your eyes to the hidden treasures that might be sitting in a coin jar, an inheritance, or even in your pocket change. So the next time you come across an old silver dollar, take a closer look. It could be a common coin worth only its silver value, or it could be one of the rarest treasures in American history worth millions of dollars. Today we are diving deep into the history and value of one of the most talked about modern coins in American coin collecting, the 2000p $1 coin. This coin may look ordinary to some, but in the world of rare coin enthusiasts it has made headlines for being worth an astonishing amount of money. In fact, a special variety of the 2000p $1 coin has reached a current market value of up to $4 million. And today we are going to explore why the 2000p $1 coin is part of the Sacagawea dollar series, also known as the golden dollar because of its distinctive golden color. It was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the P Mint mark showing its origin. This was the very first year that the Sacagawea dollar was released, and collectors were excited to see the new design featuring Sacagawea carrying her infant son Jean-Baptiste on the obverse with a soaring eagle on the reverse. Now you might be asking yourself, what makes this coin so special? The truth is, not all 2000p $1 coins are worth millions. In fact, the vast majority are only worth face value, but there are certain rare varieties and error coins that have become extremely valuable. The most famous among them is the 2000p Sacagawea dollar mule error. This mule error was created when the obverse of a Washington state quarter was mistakenly paired with the reverse of the Sacagawea dollar. The result is a coin unlike any other in American history. This error shocked the numismatic world when it was first discovered. In circulation, the details of Washington's portrait on one side and the Sacagawea eagle on the other made it a once-in-a-lifetime minting mistake. Very few of these coins are known to exist, and that rarity drives their immense value. Collectors are willing to pay enormous sums to own such a piece of minting history, but that is not the only reason why the 2000p $1 coin is highly sought after. Even regular strikes from this year can carry significant premiums if they are in pristine condition. For example, a perfectly graded mint state 2000p Sacagawea dollar in MS68 or higher can command hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. Proof-like specimens and coins with dramatic minting errors such as off-center strikes, double dies, or planchet flaws can also bring in strong bids. The 2000p Sacagawea mule error, however, stands in a class of its own. It has been reported to sell for as high as $4 million in private sales, making it one of the most valuable modern United States coins ever produced. Just imagine finding one of these coins in circulation, a dollar turning into millions. So what should you do if you come across a 2000p $1 coin? First, check the coin carefully. Look at the obverse and reverse design to make sure they match. If you happen to see Washington's head from a quarter on the front with the Sacagawea reverse eagle on the back, you may be holding one of the most valuable coins in the world. Even if your coin looks normal, it is worth checking its condition and grade, because high-quality examples still bring in great value. Collectors love the story behind this coin because it reminds us that even in modern minting with advanced technology, mistakes still happen, and sometimes those mistakes turn into treasures worth millions. The combination of a historical figure like Sacagawea, a groundbreaking new design in 2000, and a mint error so dramatic makes this coin unforgettable. In conclusion, the 2000p $1 coin is more than just pocket change. It is a piece of American history, and for a lucky few it is a life-changing fortune. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just starting out, it is always worth paying attention to your coins, because you never know when you might stumble upon a rare variety that could be worth up to $4 million. If you found this video helpful and interesting, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more coin history and rare coin value updates. Thanks for watching, and keep checking your change, because your next big discovery might be waiting right in your pocket.